Good morning, sir and my friend. Today, I would like to present you the proposal presentation to fulfill the final project of the Research Method course in 60 class. The title of my proposal is Lexicons in Ajisaka Dance. But before we go deeper into each chapter, let me introduce myself first. My name is Komang Suryan Dewi with student ID 1912021036 from 60 class. Let's enter to the table of content. Here, we have three chapters of this proposal. The first chapter is the background of the research. The second chapter is review of related literature. And the third chapter is the research method. Now, we move to chapter 1, the background of the research. Firstly, the phenomenon of language death or language extinction can happen in society. Especially, Balinese is a minority language that can be extinct sooner or later if it is not maintained by the speaker. So it is according to Dewi et al. 2020. Hence, Balinese people have to make sure that Balinese language will not be extinct by maintaining the language. And then, the second point here is the relation between language and culture. Besides the way to maintain the local language, it can be done by using the deep relationship between culture and language, since language become under the scope of culture. It is according to Fatima Tuzakra et al. 2020. And one of the most familiar cultures in society is dance. So, to maintain the local language, we can use dance as the mediator. We move now to the dance as one of the culture that also can be the mediator. In Buleleng, Bali, there is an undiscovered dance created by Nimade Sriwati and Imade Swarjaya in 1996 that is called as Ajisaka dance. So according to Sriwati 2022, during the interview, Ajisaka dance was created in the Trio Dance Festival during the Bali Art Festival in 1996. This dance tells a story of a king and two soldiers in the civil war and ended in the defeat of the two soldiers. Finally, the king made an inscription on a large stone that containing of the words Anacaraka, Tata Sawala, Magabanga, Pajayanya to commemorate the service of his two soldiers. And in relation to the language, culture, and language death, people who want to learn Balinese dance should also learn the language to prevent the extinction of the culture by maintaining the technical term in the dance from the maintenance of the lexicon from the dance. So, from the statement, we can say that lexicon is a useful medium to make the people who use the local language can maintain their local language by understanding the meaning of each detail of their culture. And then, some research has been done to the study of the lexicon in cultures like in lexicon in Legong Kraton dance, Nendang tradition, and rice farming, like what Dewi et al. 2020, Budiono 2017, and Fatima Tuzakra et al. 2020 have done. Mostly, the research was conducted to maintain the local language and prevent the language death. So we can see that this topic is very important yet interesting to be researched. However, no researcher has conducted research to know the lexicon in Ajisaka dance. In addition, this dance is an undiscovered yet meaningful dance that has to be raised to the surface as soon as possible to make sure that the Balinese language and culture are far away from the extinction. Now we arrive in the chapter 2, the review of related literature. The first is literature review. Here, there is traditional dance, modern dance, lexicons, the importance of lexicons, language death, and also language conservation. For the empirical review, some study had been done to research about lexicon that is related to this study. The first is Kusuma et al. 2017, and the title of the research is Lexicon and Taborah used in Manyali village. And then Nirwadi 2018 had conducted a research entitled Pandangan Masyarakat Sasak dalam Leksikon Nama Sesekan, sebuah tinjauan linguistik antropologi. And the last is Budasi and Satyawati 2021. And the title of the research is An Ethno-Linguistic Perspective on Lexicon of Traditional House in Mayali Village, North Bali. Now, the third chapter is about the research method. There is research design. This research will be designed to use descriptive qualitative design. This research will search and describe the lexicon in Ajisaka dance. The lexicon that will be searched and described specify the dance move and the dance code that are used in Ajisaka dance. The data from the informant of this research will be served in a written form. For the setting of the research, it is the Buleleng Regency, and this area is located in Bali province. The subject of this research will be the native speaker of the Balinese language, who is the dance creator and also the dancer of the Ajisaka dance. For the object of the research, the object of this research is the lexicons in Ajisaka dance from Buleleng Regency. Next. For the informants of the research, the informant of this research is the dance creator and also the dancer. There will be 3 informants that have already mastered the dance aspect, from the moves to the clothes and also the meaning of those aspects. The first informant is considered as the main informant, while the 2 other informants will be considered as the secondary informant. The method of collecting data is firstly observation. It is to find the data on the dance move and the clothes that are used in Ajisaka dance. The second is recording. This is used to collect data directly from the informant by using recording tools. The third is note-taking. Note-taking is used to collect the data from the informant by writing the important information from the informant. And then the last is interview. To find information verbally by recording the conversation between the researcher and the informant. Next, for the instrument of collecting data, the first one is the researcher, because the researcher is the main instrument who determines the preparation until the process of data analyzing, also concluding the data. The second is interview guidance, and then recording tools, also field note. For the data analysis, the researcher will use descriptive qualitative method based on Miles and Huberman 1, 19, and 94. There are 4 steps to analyze qualitative data. It is contains of data collection. So the researcher will collect the data using the method and instrument of collecting data. The second is data reduction. Data reduction is the data that has been following the process of selection, focusing, and transforming. The researcher will select the data from the dance move and clothes in the dance. The third is data display. This is the process of simplification of the data by compressing the data. The selected data will be explained by relating it to the related literature review. The last is conclusion drawing or verification. This is the last step in qualitative data analysis, in which the researcher will conclude the data that have been analyzed before. Now, for the research procedure. In this research, the researcher used several procedures. The first one is the researcher observed the dance move and the clothes in the dance, and then interview the informants, then take notes and record the answer from the interview. And then the last is classify the dance move and clothes in Ajisaka dance. So that's all for the presentation. I do apologize if there is any mistake that I've done during the presentation. Last but not least, I want to say thank you for your attention and have a great day.